Welcome back to BLOCKTV. It's time for Blockheads, where we round up the top headlines from across the cryptosphere. As usual, the cryptosphere is moving, and here are some headlines you gotta know to catch you up. First up, CCN with Bitcoin fear gauge explodes to most alarming level since 2018. Be in crypto with Polonia X to reimburse $18 million to flash crash victims. CoinDesk with messages proving right created Bitcoin likely faked, developer testifies. Crypto Globe with Hong Kong develops Bitcoin premium as protests continue. And lastly, Cointelegraph with Dallas Mavericks become second NBA team to accept Bitcoin. Kicking it off with CCN that reported that the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index has crashed to its lowest level in almost a year. The index, which tracks sentiment among investors, hasn't reached these lows since December 2018, when Bitcoin finally found yearly support at just above $3,000. At the time the report was published, the reading was at 11 out of 100, which registers as extreme fear on the scale. However, those looking to buy the dip could be in luck, as a contrasting reading of that chart suggests that a buying opportunity may be just around the corner. Those are glass half full type of people. The real question is, what does this mean? The report answers this with the generic "it depends," as the index uses a number of metrics to determine its values, including Google Trends, data, volatility, surveys, and very importantly, social media. And although social metrics are difficult to read, they are crucial, especially in a more speculative space like the cryptosphere. Be in Crypto reporting that cryptocurrency exchange Polonia X has announced that it will be reimbursing all users who saw their funds wiped from a margin trading pool in May. In total, $18 million will be reimbursed, and the funds will be taken from the exchange's trading fees. The ordeal was over a token called Clams, which Polonia X had put up for margin trading with no liquidity, and it flash crashed by around 80% in under 45 minutes. This should have triggered the exchange to close the borrower's position, but the exchange's automated liquidation system failed. The report calls the incident a strange scenario that occurred purely because of negligence over an obscure token that had no business being margin traded. Regardless, Polonia X is now attempting to make right on its previous error. The exchange is promising that all losses will be paid promptly and that the funds will come from exchange fees. As the exchange wrote in its blog post, quote, "Every time you pay a trading fee, we will convert the fee to Bitcoin and then credit you those fees each day. Your first credit will include all the trading fees you have paid since June 6th, 2019. Thus far, Polonia X has already paid back over 180 Bitcoin to those users that were affected. CoinDesk reporting that Jonathan Warren, the developer of Bitmessage, testified in a pre-trial examination as part of the ongoing Kleiman versus Wright lawsuit. During his appearance in the Florida court, Warren testified to his role in developing Bitmessage and disclosed the possibility that Craig Wright and his business partner David Kleiman had access to the messaging software prior to its release. This testimony was included as part of a document that surfaced on August 13th that speaks directly to one of the central claims of the prosecution, that Wright forged a series of contracts, emails, and bit messages that purported to place Kleiman's assets under Wright's control. The stakes are high, with $1.1 million in Bitcoin that was supposedly acquired both by Wright and Kleiman and kept in the encrypted Tulip Trust. Ira Kleiman, David's brother, is suing Australian-born Wright for allegedly defrauding the Kleiman estate out of around $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Crypto Globe reported that Bitcoin and crypto asset investors in Hong Kong are apparently paying a premium on their trades amid the ongoing political turbulence, which seems to have created an increased demand for Bitcoin. According to data collected by the Bitcoin exchange Local Bitcoins, traders in Hong Kong are paying more than other traders around the world by an average of $300 or more per Bitcoin. As Hong Kong enters its 10th week of protests, the report makes the point that Bitcoin has seemingly started to become a political player, as it provides both a decentralized framework, which is appealing to those who are currently railing against their government authorities, in addition to serving as a store of value in times of economic uncertainty. The increased demand for Bitcoin is tied to the failing trust in fiat in the country, in addition to the growing economic and political unrest. Bitcoin is increasingly becoming viewed as a safe haven asset around the world, particularly in times of economic uncertainty. Cointelegraph reported that the Dallas Mavericks have become the second NBA team to accept Bitcoin as a means of payment for match tickets and merchandise. This is possible because of a partnership with payment processor BitPay, who tweeted the news, writing, quote, "Happy to have you in the crypto game, Dallas Mavericks." Crypto partnerships with sports teams has been on the rise. However, this one is a bit odd, as the team is owned by billionaire Mark Cuban, who is outspoken about his distaste for crypto. Cuban recently spoke to Kitco News and managed to bash both gold and Bitcoin at the same time. Take a look.
I hate gold. Gold is a religion. There's some fundamental value to gold, but everything else, it's a collectible. I see gold and Bitcoin as being the same thing.
Well, hate is a strong word.
Okay.
So the miners too, all of gold, the whole gold spectrum.
Individually, as people, I've heard they're great people. But as an investment, okay, you're right. Hate is not strong enough. Hate with extreme prejudice as an investment.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Bitcoin and gold on the same level for you.
They're both collectibles.
Okay.
The value is based off of supply and demand. And the good news about Bitcoin is there's a finite supply that will ever be created. And the bad news about gold is they'll keep on mining more.
Nonetheless, cryptocurrency adoption has been on the horizon for the Mavs since early last year. Cuban hinted that fans would soon be able to use Bitcoin to buy tickets to the team's games, and that promise came through, so maybe Cuban will eventually change his mind as well. That was our edition of Blockheads for today. Keep watching at blocktv.com for more blockchain and cryptocurrency related news.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.